Here we are, Bassmaster Classic edition of Elite Tools of the Trade. And here we are with all the stuff in front of me here that I caught at the Bassmaster Classic. I ended up in 6th place after the first day. I was in 2nd, slipped down to 3rd, and then I finished in 6th, but only in 6th by 3 ounces, I think it was. I had a good tournament, ended up mixing it up quite a bit. I had 3 major players for me that I'm going to show you right here from the tournament. Number 1 was the Ike's mini flip jig in 1/2 ounce. The bruiser color was the deal, and on that I would put the bruiser colored missile bait D-bomb right on the back. I took and cut half the body and put it right on there. Just cut the body in half, slid it on there, and it was good to go. I was fishing that around docks, and I was fishing around some wood near docks, and I was fishing it on some roadbed and some other rock on points and in staging type areas. I had that tied to 20-pound Sunline shooter. That was the line that I was using, and I had that on a Cashin 7.6 flipping stick. This right here, this was the one right here, 7.6 fish flipping stick, medium heavy, with the Daiwa Tatula 100 7-to-1 gear ratio reel. That was the one where I was putting the straight wood to them, no matter if I was casting it or pitching it or skipping it or however. That was I probably caught close to half my keepers on that right there. And then I would say about 1/3 or so of the other keepers that I caught were on the jackhammer. They were on the Z-Man jackhammer. I caught some on this color right here. This is I think the Heights Craw or something like that. And it had the missile baits quiver. The 6.5 was on there. Watermelon red candy was the color. Matches up with that one really nice. There's all kind of teeth marks on the blade on both sides and on the head. That was what I was using when the water was a little clearer or it was sunny. And then when the water was dirtier, I was using the Fire Crawl, the hard one to find right now. And I had on the back of that the cherry seed, or cherry blossom color. It's mostly cherry seed on top. That was what I had on that. I caught the 610 on the final day with that combination right there. I had that tied to FC Sniper 18-pound test. That was, I was fishing this over top of grass, you know, making long casts with it. And since I was making these long casts, I had it on the Cashin 7.5 trap rod. This is the new trap rod. It is 7 foot 5 inches, and it's got like a medium heavy type action. And it was great for throwing out there and reeling and then ripping it out of the grass and then still having enough backbone and rod and able to gather line. And then when they bit it, I could jack them and keep up with them. Had that also Daiwa Tatula 100 7-to-1 gear ratio reel. That was the setup there for my tool for the chatterbait. I also did catch a couple fish on a shad colored jackhammer in the 1/2 ounce, and I had actually had a Shockwave 3.5 and frosted purple on the back of that. It matched up real well, looked good. On the second day, 3 of the 5 keepers that I caught that day came on the Spro Little John Baby DD. Believe it or not, I had pulled up to this roadbed and made a few casts and didn't get a bite. I fished it for about 10 minutes or so, and then I said, I just don't feel like I'm fishing it effectively. So I picked up the mini flip, threw out there, moved it about 3 feet, boom, got a bite, set the hook, got that fish in, made another cast, didn't get a bite. And I said, yeah, I know that they're there, and I had already cranked the roadbed, so I picked up my deep crank rod, my Cashin 711 deep crank rod. That's what that is right there. Picked that up, and I cut the crankbait I had on, which didn't run quite this deep, and then I put this one on. This one runs about 12, 13 feet. I had it on 12-pound Sunline Crank FC. I really like that line. It is really smooth. It has that P-ion technology around the line. It makes it cut through the water really easily. I love it for shallow cranking or mid-range cranking. and I had this crankbait on there, the citrus shad. Water had a little stain to it. Threw that out there, and on the first cast, I had about a 3-pounder truck it, and then I ended up catching 2 more keepers and a couple shorts. Had a couple fish hit it and not get it, and so then I switched back to the jig and ended up catching a few more there, and that was really what made the most of my day 2 there. But then day 1 and day 3, there was nobody home on that deal. So that's just kind of how you have to fish it. You know, had to bounce around and catch fish off of different stuff. So those were the top 3 tools of the trade for my 6th place finish in the Bassmaster Classic. That is, to date, my highest finish in the Classic. I'm very proud of that, and I look forward to fishing the Classic again next year. I can promise you, I'm going to work my butt off. I'm going to show you all the tools of the trade that hopefully pay off to get me to the 2021 Bassmaster Classic. So appreciate you watching, and be sure to comment down there below if you have anything else you want to see from me in these videos. We're going to have an extensive coverage of the Classic, kind of behind the scenes, a lot of behind the scenes looks. So be sure to check that out as well. Those will be popping up somewhere in this area. But again, thanks for watching.